My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair.
It's looking real rough for Wendy Williams fans right now, y'all. Her guardian Sabrina Morrissey just spilled the tea that Wendy is now dealing with some serious cognitive issues, and it ain't looking good. She's said to be permanently disabled and incapacitated. But what does that really mean for Wendy's future? Is it really the end of the line for her? Or are we just hearing some wild claims from her questionable guardian? A lot of us had been holding out hope that Wendy might bounce back, especially after she was spotted in August 2024, out shopping at a holistic wellness spot in New Jersey. The employee who saw her said she looked okay, so folks were thinking, okay, maybe she's doing better. Then, in October, Wendy surprised everyone by doing a phone interview with the Daily Mail, talking about other celebs like Diddy, but not touching on her health too much. Still, she did drop a few words about Diddy, saying, "What is really weird is that I've been hearing from so many people, even some family members saying, 'Wendy, you called it. And you know how I feel about that? It's about time.'" She even talked about Cassie's situation, saying, "To see that video of her getting pummeled was just horrific. But now you gotta wonder, how many more times? How many more women?" It was chilling. So after seeing Wendy out and about in August and hearing her talk about Diddy, her fans had their hopes up that maybe, just maybe, Wendy was on the mend. Considering before this, we were all in the dark about her health. Well, now it's all coming to light. Wendy's been declared cognitively impaired, permanently disabled, and legally incapacitated. Yup, all this came out in court documents filed by Sabrina. According to the docs, Wendy, the queen of daytime TV, is suffering from early onset dementia, and it's left her unable to function the way she once did. And this whole thing is part of a bigger legal drama between Sabrina and the folks behind that Lifetime documentary, Where is Wendy Williams? Remember, Sabrina tried to block that doc back in February, but the producers went ahead and aired it anyway. Now y'all, that Lifetime documentary, Where is Wendy Williams, really dug into Wendy's struggles, especially with her alcohol addiction. One of the most shocking moments showed Wendy downing a whole bottle of vodka, but it didn't stop there. One of her loved ones was filmed going through her stuff and found the empty bottle, asking, "Did you drink this whole thing today?" Info about Wendy's guardianship that's been sealed by the court. Okay, here's the juicy, gossipy version. Now, Lifetime didn't just sit back quietly while Sabrina Morrissey was trying to shut down the documentary. Oh no, they came back swinging in their counterclaim, throwing serious shade at Wendy's guardian. They accused Sabrina of trying to block the documentary because it was an infringement on her right to free speech about a matter of public concern. They said she wanted to stop it from airing because it gave a raw, unfiltered look into Wendy's life as a public figure after being placed under guardianship. According to Lifetime, the documentary exposed how the guardianship wasn't just meant to protect Wendy. It isolated her from her family, left her alone and unattended in her apartment, and made her mental and self-destructive issues worse. They even threw in that Wendy's alcohol use wasn't being stopped under Sabrina's watch, and they weren't done. Lifetime claimed that Sabrina didn't want the doc to air because it made her look bad, and that wasn't sitting well with her. They also alleged that Wendy's family had already seen the documentary before its release in February 2024, and that they approved the content, even giving interviews to hype it up. But it gets even messier. Remember, Sabrina also sued Entertainment One, and in their counterclaim, they basically accused her of stepping way beyond her legal boundaries. They argued that Sabrina was trying to cover up her own failures and put her own interests ahead of Wendy's, even denying Wendy a chance to speak for herself and connect with her fans in the way she always did, honestly and raw. It was like Sabrina was more focused on protecting her own reputation than actually helping Wendy. Meanwhile, back on the health tip, while this battle with Lifetime and Entertainment One was unfolding, Sabrina had to admit that Wendy's condition had gotten worse. She's now been officially declared cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated. But let's not forget, this is all part of a much bigger picture. Back in 2019, Wendy made headlines when she revealed her alcohol-related brain damage diagnosis. And that year, she made herself the hot topic when she opened up about her struggles after stepping away from her talk show. She even revealed that she'd been living in a sober house for a while, trying to get her addiction under control.
You know, Kevin and I have the Hunter Foundation for the Good of the People, and we recently launched our 888-5-HUNTER number for those of you caught up in the struggle of addiction. Well, for some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house. When you see me come to work glammed up. Right after the show, I go across the street, I do my Pilates. I told you 2 hours a day, I like to take care of my body. And you know I've had a struggle with in my past, and I never went to a place to get the treatment. I don't know how, except God was sitting on my shoulder and I just stopped. But there are people in your family, it might be you, who've been struggling, and I wanted to know more of the story. So this is my autobiographical story, and I'm living it, and I'm telling you this.
Sadly, Wendy's struggles didn't end there, y'all. In 2022, she relapsed hard, and it got so bad that she had to check into a rehab facility again. This time, it was undisclosed, but she spent 2 months getting treated for severe alcoholism. There had already been several public incidents where alcohol was involved, and it was clear Wendy was still in the grip of her addiction. Word on the street is that she never really wanted to stop drinking, and the folks around her in New York were enabling her, letting her spiral further. But after 2 months in rehab, Wendy came out saying she felt better than ever. However, her struggles didn't stop there. A neurologist's assessment during her rehab stint in Florida confirmed that alcohol had seriously damaged her brain. On top of that, Wendy had been placed under guardianship in 2022 after Wells Fargo, her bank, raised alarms about possible financial exploitation and undue influence on her. Wendy was reportedly baffled, saying she couldn't understand why her money was being taken away, questioning, "Why are they doing this to me?"
My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair.
Up until this point, folks were still holding out hope for Wendy's recovery, with some even talking about her launching a podcast. But the next time Wendy made headlines, it wasn't for anything positive. Word got out that she had a wild night out, drinking her way from Fresco by Scotto in New York, all the way to a gay bar at the Townhouse. Rob Shooter, who spilled the tea to Page 6, said Wendy looked all alone at first, sitting by herself. But then, when she spotted someone she recognized, she lit up like a Christmas tree. Rob even talked about it on his podcast, sharing how Wendy invited everyone over to her table, saying, "Come and join me," he said. "I told her, I'm with my friends, I'm not leaving them." And Wendy was like, "No, everybody." We had a little bite, had some drinks, but when it was time to say goodbye, Wendy really didn't want us to leave. Now, things were looking dicey for Wendy's big comeback in May 2023. Azrania when she was supposed to appear at the Atlanta Women's Expo. But guess what? She ended up getting rushed to the hospital twice, and that forced her to cancel. Even though Wendy had recorded a promo video for the event, the Expo team shut it down, saying the video was unusable. They claimed Wendy seemed completely disoriented. A close source even said the Expo team was concerned about Wendy's statement in the video where she talked about still being married to her ex, Kevin. They thought it might upset the audience, especially since this event was all about women's empowerment. As if that wasn't enough drama, in February 2024, things took another turn. So, Wendy's medical team came out with a statement confirming what we all feared. She's been diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, FTD. The statement said that for years, people have raised questions about Wendy's ability to process information, especially after she started losing words, acting erratically, and struggling with financial transactions. In 2023, after a series of tests, the diagnosis was confirmed. But don't get it twisted. Wendy's still holding on to her iconic sense of humor and is getting the care she needs to stay protected and have her needs met. She's grateful for all the love and well wishes coming her way. But here's where it gets even messier. Just when we thought Wendy might be bouncing back, her guardian, Sabrina, dropped the bomb that Wendy's health is actually getting worse. And now, with the latest news about her condition, folks are raising serious questions, especially since it was Sabrina who shared the information. This is the same woman the family claims has kept Wendy isolated, not even telling them where she's been getting treatment, what kind of treatment she's receiving, or how they can contact her. They only hear from Wendy if she makes the call. With all the shady stuff we've heard about Sabrina, it's no wonder people are questioning whether we can trust anything she's saying. Honestly, I'm sitting here wondering if she's telling the whole truth about Wendy's condition, or if she's somehow involved in making things worse. What do y'all think? Is there still something being hidden about Wendy's health? Do you think Sabrina has something to do with it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.